Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the DC Universe Classics Wave 11 Figure 1, Katma Tui. Once again, I may be making a small error in pronunciation on the name. It's not like they print out how to pronounce names 90% of the times in comics, so that's my guess. I am somewhat familiar with this character, but once again, just never really needed to pronounce her name. And this, of course, is one of the many Green Lanterns we get in this wave, or Green Lantern-themed figures. And she comes with her Energy Construct shield and her Energy Construct blade, as well as the Collect and Connect main torso of Kilowog. You really don't have to look for it in packaging there. Of course, onto the back of the box, we have Kilowog when he's finished, herself, Shark, Deadman, Steppenwolf, Cyborg Superman, Question, and John Stewart. Of course, down here you have their bio bit, and it says, when the Green Lantern Sinestro turned rogue, the Guardians of the Universe named Katma Tui as his replacement. Katma Tui served with distinction for a long time before retiring. She returned to service at the urging of Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern of Earth, and trained Jordan's replacement, John Stewart. Katma Tui came to love John Stewart, and the two of them married, but Katma Tui was murdered shortly thereafter by longtime Green Lantern foe Star Sapphire. Down here it says her stats. First appearance, Green Lantern 2nd Series, number 30, 1964, real name Katma Tui, occupation Galactic Protector / Green Lantern. Base of operations, Earth, formerly Korrigar. Special abilities, flight, ability to survive in space, unaided ability to generate objects from imagination and willpower as a result of possession of a Green Lantern power ring. So, actually surprised they wrote in there that she wrote her death into her bio bit. They didn't do that for, Thick Sage, aka The Question, who has also died recently in comics. But, without further ado, let's pull this bad girl out of packaging. And here we have Katma Tui out of packaging. Now let's get a quick 360 of her. She has some very, very impressive detail. And that's especially in her ring constructs, which are both designed to fit on her fists, like she's generating them from her ring, of course. They're kind of a semi-translucent green plastic. Of course, you can see the main Lantern logo in there, and you can, kind of tell right here how her fist is supposed to fit in. And of course, over here, you can tell how her fist is kind of supposed to fit into the blade, which also is made of the same kind of green plastic. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can. It seems like you can get the energy ring constructs to fit on either hand, but not as well as they would on their hand that they come on. So, pulling that out of packaging. Let's get her standing up straight. And this is actually makes me kind of disappointed in the Blackest Night figures, if I can get her to stand really quickly. Oops, I was wrong. 1 second. Of course, the female sculpts usually do have a bit of trouble standing, more so than the male sculpts. At least in my case. So, there we go, picking the camera up and zooming in on her ring. There's actually a fairly detailed Green Lantern ring on there, opposed to the Green Lantern figures we've got so far in Blackest Night, where we have a green blob of plastic. So that's unfortunate. I mean, for the Blackest Night figures. For this, it's a very impressive figure, since her ring's already a bit smaller than most figures. Now, her range of movement, it's a little hindered. The female sculpts always also feel a little bit more frail than the male sculpts, so you gotta be a little more careful. Of course, rotates at the waist, legs go out to about here, bend at the knee, of course go forward, ankle joint, of course the same for both legs if you haven't already noticed. Rotates at the arm, although a little hindered, spins at the forearm, of course bends. Once again, I gotta be really careful with these arms because they always feel a lot more frail than most other figures. Of course, abdomen joint, although there's no movement whatsoever in it, but it does look like it's there. So let's get her standing up real quick. Get some of that detail in there. Very nice face sculpt, nice detail in her outfit. Of course, the ring's very impressive. Very nice. So, Katma Tui is actually, well, I know the whole wave seems to be becoming more and more common here. But she actually, when the wave was first coming out, seemed to be one of the harder figures to get, right up there along with Question. And her energy constructs are very impressive. Of course, make sure she's standing. As long as you have her legs kind of spread out, then it seems that she's pretty solidly planted on the ground. I'm glad we're getting a lot more Green Lantern figures. This is definitely a nice addition to the wave. Very impressive. I solidly recommend her. She's a great addition to the DC Universe Classics line. I go as far as to give her a 9 out of 10. And then we come to our Collect and Connect piece, which is Kilowog's main torso. Very massive piece. Just some great detail on this, so I can't wait to have this guy done. And this is JTrain 997. Katma Tui gets a 9 out of 10, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.